Hey, what's up, guys? So we have, we have like a slight comparison between the LG Tribute 5 and the LG X Power, both offered by Boost Mobile. Now, to talk about specs between both devices, let's first start off. So we have a 5.3-inch display with with the LG X Power. We have a 5-inch display with the Tribute 5. Now, the Tribute 5 does have 2D art glass, so it's got these rounded edges, kind of almost like the S7 Edge, but not edge-to-edge display because there's still bezels on the side. However, I think it would look cool if they got rid of the side bezels. But anyhow, so So anyways, the X Power is running 6.0.1 Marshmallow. We have 5.1.1 Lollipop on the Tribute 5. Right now, both of them are actually running the Pixel launcher on the X Power and Nexus launcher on the Tribute 5. We got 5 megapixel front-facing shooters. We got an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera on the X Power and a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera on the Tribute 5. The Tribute 5 does have removable battery. I think it's 2150 milliamp hour battery. We have a 4100 milliamp hour battery on the X Power, non-removable. Yeah, between both devices, I mean, if you own the Tribute 5, if you want to know if it's a upgrade if you get the X Power, it definitely is. Double the internal storage and double the RAM. So 16 gigs of internal storage with the X Power, 2 gigs of RAM. And then you got 8 gigs of internal storage on the X Power, 1 gig of RAM. Both have pretty much the same LG gestures like tap to wake. So you do have those options right there. And if you use the actual stock launcher, both of them do come equipped with LG Smart World, so you can apply themes to the stock launcher if you want to. LG's themes is not over the top as Samsung's are. I mean, they don't theme like the notification shade or anything else. Just really like the icons, the wallpaper and stuff like that is what changes it makes using the LG Smart World. But you can also theme the keyboard as well if you want to. They're both, in my opinion, they're both great pickups. One thing I love about the Tribute 5 is the feel of the screen. The screen is just all kinds of amazing. It's so buttery smooth. It's just wonderful to just touch, honestly. It's just wonderful to touch. Feels slick when you run your fingers across it. And you kind of get the same vibe with the X Power, but it's just not as smooth as the Tribute 5 is, as far as how the screen feels. Now, fluidity, I don't know if you guys can see that. There is, a bit of frame drop. If you guys can notice that when scrolling. There's a bit of frame drop. Nothing too bad. I mean, for the average consumer, you're not really going to complain. Also, if you kind of look at the screen of the Tribute 5 closely, you can see pixelation in the icons and in the whites. You can see that these little dotted effects, and like I said, these are things that I find by using these smartphones. By no way is like any average consumer really going to care to look. Unless you really want to find it, you'll find it. But on first glance, these screens look absolutely beautiful. They are kind of bright. They're at 52% on the X Power, 51% on the Tribute 5, and this is how they look indoor lighting. The cameras is actually pretty good on both of them. They do slightly okay with indoor shots, but not as good as what I would say like the J7 does with low lighting. Battery life is actually good with both of these devices, even though the Tribute 5 has a 2150 milliamp hour battery. On hard usage, I pretty much got like a good amount. I would say possibly close to about 11 hours. With a screen on time of about 4.5 hours, and that's just with my normal usage. With the X Power, I get about a day and a half on a single battery, and about 6 to almost 7 hours screen on time. So that's just pretty much like the battery life between them. Like I said, it would be cool if the Tribute 5 did have 6.0.1 Marshmallow, but 5.1.1 Lollipop, still not bad at all whatsoever. Missing just some slight things that Marshmallow has, but nothing that would deter me from actually wanting to pick up this device. Especially, if you're on a budget and say the X Power is kind of like out of your budget, then the Tribute 5 would be a great option to pick up. You know, just to have a pretty decent sized screen and a pretty good smartphone. So all in all, really, between both of these, I mean, it's clearly obviously, if you're really comparing them, the X Power pretty much beats the Tribute 5 and just about anything it does, performance wise or whatnot. But just at a consumer standpoint, both of these phones are great options to pick up from Boost Mobile. Like I said, if you're on a budget and you know you're looking for something under $100, then definitely go with the Tribute 5. Tribute 5 is a great device to use if you're into LG devices. It is in my opinion, after using this side by side with the Vault 2, it's actually a step up from the Vault 2. So I'll do a further video about that in the future. But you know, if $200 is your limit, the X Power is a great device, superior battery life, and it's become my daily driver and one that I have not switched out in favor for any of my older devices. So that speaks highly of the X Power, since I'm usually the type of person to get up, log into Boost Mobile, swap a device to another device that I want to use for that day. I have been swap free for 2.5 weeks already, so I have not transferred my line to any of my older phones that I currently have in possession. So that's pretty much it. My thoughts and opinions between the Tribute 5 and the LG X Power. If you guys found this video to be informative, smash that like button. If you have any other questions and concerns about anything else that I may not have touched base with on this video, please ask it in the comment section of this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. And you guys will catch me in the next one. As always, aloha's, and I'll see you guys next time.